Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a crucial topic that can help you identify toxic relationships early on. We're going to talk about narcissism. Specifically, how to spot those red flags waving right in your face. Look, relationships should be about love, respect, and mutual support. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, it becomes a one-way street. They drain your energy, manipulate your emotions, and leave you feeling lost and confused. We're going to break down the signs, so you can protect yourself and avoid getting caught in their web. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insightful content. Now let's get started. Ever been stuck with someone who just loves the sound of their own voice? Well, with a narcissist, that's their everyday MO. They dominate every conversation, turning every topic back to themselves. You want to talk about your promotion? They'll tell you about a time they were even more successful. Your grandmother's in the hospital? Be prepared for a story about their own near-death experience. It's exhausting, right? And here's the thing, it's not just about being a bad listener. Narcissists lack the ability to truly empathize. They simply don't possess the wiring to understand or care about what you're going through. They're so wrapped up in their own world, your feelings become irrelevant. And don't even try to get a word in edgewise. They'll interrupt, talk over you, and steer the conversation right back to their favorite subject themselves. It's like they have a mental block, preventing them from seeing beyond their own reflection. Now, we've all been guilty of being a little self-centered sometimes, right? We're human, but with a narcissist, it's a constant pattern of behavior. They have zero interest in sharing the spotlight or acknowledging your experiences. It's their way, or the highway, and believe me, you're always going to be stuck in their lane. This constant self-focus is a major red flag. It's a sign of deep-rooted emotional immaturity and an inability to form healthy, balanced relationships. Remember, communication is a two-way street. If you're constantly being steamrolled in conversations, it's time to ask yourself, is this really the kind of person I want to be with? Let's talk about empathy, folks. It's the glue that holds relationships together, the ability to step into someone else's shoes and understand their feelings. But narcissists? They wouldn't know empathy if it hit them in the face. They simply can't comprehend what it's like to walk in your world, to feel your pain, your joy, your fear. Think about it. Have you ever poured your heart out to this person, shared something deeply personal, only to be met with a blank stare or worse, a dismissive comment? They might say, "Oh, get over it," or "You're being too sensitive." They minimize your feelings because frankly, they just don't get it. And here's the kicker, they don't care to get it. A narcissist's lack of empathy is a fundamental flaw. It's not something you can fix or reason with. They're hardwired to focus solely on their own needs and desires. Your feelings are simply an inconvenience, a roadblock on their highway to self-gratification. Now, I'm not saying they're robots incapable of emotion. They feel anger, frustration, resentment, all those self-serving emotions. But compassion, understanding, true empathy, those are foreign concepts to them. So, if you're constantly feeling unheard, invalidated, and emotionally drained, it's time to face facts. You're dealing with an empathy vacuum, a black hole that sucks the life out of your emotional world. Don't waste your precious energy trying to fill a void that can never be filled. Let's be honest, everyone enjoys a compliment now and then, but narcissists? They're addicted to admiration. They need a constant stream of praise and validation to fuel their fragile egos. Think of it like oxygen. They can't survive without it. They crave attention like a plant craves sunlight. They'll brag about their accomplishments, real or imagined, exaggerate their talents, and constantly fish for compliments. And if you don't feed their ego, watch out. They'll pout, sulk, or lash out with anger and resentment. Now here's the thing. Their need for admiration often masks a deep-seated insecurity. Deep down, they're terrified of being ordinary, of blending in with the crowd. So they build themselves up, creating a facade of superiority to hide their own vulnerabilities. But here's the reality, folks. Genuine confidence doesn't require constant validation. It comes from within. When someone truly believes in themselves, they don't need to shout it from the rooftops. They're comfortable in their own skin, flaws and all. So, if you're in a relationship where you feel like you're constantly stroking someone's ego, it's time to take a step back. Ask yourself, am I with someone who genuinely values me, or am I just a source of narcissistic supply? Don't settle for being someone's ego booster. You deserve a partner who loves and appreciates you for who you are, not for the admiration you provide. Chapter 4. Rules don't apply. Living in a world of entitlement. Narcissists have this unshakable belief that they're special, unique snowflakes in a world full of ordinary people. They truly believe the rules don't apply to them. They deserve special treatment, preferential treatment, kid glove treatment, and they expect you to fall in line. You see it in everyday life. They'll cut lines, demand the best table at a restaurant, expect you to cater to their every whim, and if you dare to question their sense of entitlement, get ready for a meltdown of epic proportions. They'll throw tantrums, play the victim, and accuse you of being selfish and uncaring. It's never their fault, always yours. And they'll use guilt, manipulation, and emotional blackmail to keep you under their thumb. Here's the thing, folks. Entitlement is toxic. It breeds resentment, conflict, and destroys relationships. It's the antithesis of love, respect, and equality. In a healthy relationship, both partners understand that they're equals, each with their own needs and desires. But a narcissist sees the world as a one-way street. They're at the center, and you're simply there to serve their needs. They have zero interest in compromise, fairness, or reciprocity. It's their way or the highway, and frankly, that's a pretty lonely highway to travel. Chapter 5. You're a pawn in their game. Unmasking the master manipulators. Now let's talk about manipulation, because narcissists are masters of the game. They're incredibly skilled at twisting words, distorting reality, and exploiting your emotions to get what they want. They'll use guilt trips, flattery, threats, and even love bombing to control you and keep you under their spell. They'll tell you you're the only one who understands them, the only one who can make them happy. But it's all a facade, a carefully constructed act designed to lure you in and keep you hooked. They're experts at playing the victim too. They'll turn every situation around to make you feel sorry for them, even when they're the ones in the wrong. And they'll use your empathy against you, manipulating your kindness and compassion to their advantage. Here's the thing about manipulation, it's insidious. It creeps up on you slowly, subtly, until you don't even realize you're being played. You start questioning your own judgment, your sanity, your worth. You start doubting your own memories and experiences. That's why it's so important to recognize the signs of manipulation. Pay attention to how this person makes you feel. Do you feel drained, exhausted, like you're constantly walking on eggshells? Do you feel pressured to do things you don't want to do? If so, it's time to wake up and smell the coffee. You're being manipulated. Don't fall for their games. Take back your power, set boundaries, and refuse to be controlled. Chapter 6. Is it real or is it gaslighting? Doubting your own reality. Now let's talk about gaslighting, one of the most insidious forms of emotional abuse. Gaslighting is a manipulation tactic narcissists use to make you doubt your own sanity, your memories, even your perception of reality. Imagine this. You confront your partner about something hurtful they said or did. Instead of taking responsibility, they deny it ever happened. You're imagining things, they say. You're being too sensitive, you're making this up. They might even twist the story, claiming that you're the one who's being abusive or unreasonable. They'll tell you that your friends and family are worried about you, that they've noticed how unstable you've become. Over time, this constant barrage of denial and distortion can take a serious toll on your mental health. You start questioning your own judgment, your memory, your sanity. You begin to feel isolated, confused, and deeply insecure. Here's the thing about gaslighting. It's a form of brainwashing. The narcissist's goal is to undermine your sense of self, to make you dependent on them for validation and approval. They want you to doubt your own reality so they can control you more easily. But here's the truth. Your feelings are valid. Your memories are real. Don't let anyone, especially a narcissist, make you believe otherwise. If you're experiencing gaslighting in your relationship, it's crucial to seek help from a therapist or counselor. Now let's talk about jealousy and envy. Two emotions that run rampant in the world of narcissists. You see, deep down, narcissists are incredibly insecure. They're constantly comparing themselves to others, and they seethe with envy when someone else has something they want. They can't stand to see you happy, successful, or fulfilled, because it reminds them of their own perceived shortcomings. They'll try to sabotage your happiness, belittle your accomplishments, and make you feel bad about yourself. You might notice them putting down your friends, criticizing your career choices, or making snide remarks about your appearance. They'll try to isolate you from anyone who makes you feel good about yourself, because they want to be the sole source of your validation and attention. Now, a little bit of jealousy in a relationship can be normal, even healthy, but with a narcissist it's constant, all-consuming, and downright toxic. It stems from a place of deep-seated insecurity and a need to control. If you're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to share your joys and successes with your partner, it's a major red flag. You deserve to be with someone who celebrates your wins, supports your dreams, and loves you unconditionally, not someone who's threatened by your light. Now here's the thing about narcissists. They can be incredibly charming. In the beginning, they might sweep you off your feet with their charisma, wit, and attentiveness. They'll shower you with compliments, gifts, and grand gestures of love. This is what we call love bombing. But here's the catch. It's all an act, a carefully constructed facade designed to lure you in and disarm your defenses. They're mirroring your desires, reflecting back to you what they think you want to see. But as soon as they feel like they've got you hooked, the mask starts to slip. The charm fades, the compliments dry up, and the true nature of the narcissist is revealed. You see, their charm is superficial, a tool they use to manipulate and control. It's not genuine warmth or affection, it's a calculated strategy to get their needs met. So if you're in a relationship with someone who seems too good to be true, be careful. Pay attention to their actions, not just their words. Look for inconsistencies between what they say and what they do. Remember, true love is authentic, not performative. It doesn't require grand gestures or elaborate displays of affection. It's about consistency, respect, and genuine care. Don't be fooled by the narcissist's superficial charm. Look deeper, see the red flags, and protect your heart. Now let's talk about blame shifting, another classic narcissistic tactic. You see, narcissists are incapable of taking responsibility for their actions. They're never at fault, always the victim. They'll twist situations, rewrite history, and project their own flaws onto you. If you try to confront them about their behavior, they'll turn it around and make it your fault. You'll hear phrases like, "You made me do it," "You're being too sensitive," or "You're overreacting." They'll accuse you of being crazy, jealous, or controlling. They'll gaslight you, making you doubt your own memories and perceptions. This constant blame shifting can be incredibly damaging to your self-esteem and your sense of reality. You start questioning yourself, wondering if you're really the problem. You start apologizing for things that aren't your fault. But here's the thing, you can't change a narcissist. You can't reason with them. Logic doesn't work, and trying to get them to see your point of view is like talking to a brick wall. The only person you can control is yourself. So stop blaming yourself for their behavior. Recognize that their inability to take responsibility is a reflection of their own emotional immaturity, not your worth. You deserve to be with someone who takes ownership of their actions, apologizes when they're wrong, and strives to be a better partner. Now let's talk about isolation, a common tactic narcissists use to maintain control in relationships. You see, narcissists thrive on power and control. They want to be the center of your universe, the sole object of your affection and attention, and what better way to achieve that than to isolate you from your support system? They'll start subtly, planting seeds of doubt about your friends and family. They'll criticize your loved ones, make snide remarks, and try to turn you against them. They might accuse your friends of being jealous, your family of meddling, or your therapist of putting ideas in your head. They'll tell you that they're the only one who truly understands you, the only one you can trust. Over time, these subtle digs and manipulations can chip away at your relationships. You might start spending less time with loved ones, avoiding their calls, or making excuses for your partner's behavior. You might even start to question their motives, wondering if they really have your best interests at heart. This isolation is incredibly dangerous. It leaves you vulnerable, dependent on the narcissist, and cut off from the people who care about you most. It's a form of emotional abuse, and it's crucial to recognize the signs. Thanks for watching. If you recognize any of these red flags in your relationship, it might be time to reassess. Stay safe and take care of yourself. Remember, you deserve to be in a relationship where you feel loved, respected, and valued for who you are. Don't let anyone, especially a narcissist, dim your light. You are worthy of love, happiness, and healthy relationships. Trust your gut, set boundaries, and don't be afraid to walk away from anyone who doesn't treat you with the respect and love you deserve. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. See you next time.